Hi everybody, this is a late afternoon prophecy update. This morning I talked a little bit about Isaiah chapter 19, the prophecy about Egypt and how the Egyptians will be fighting against the Egyptians. And as the scripture shows us that as a result, we see the Lord telling us that the Egyptians will give over into the hand of a cruel lord or a fierce king. So we know the Egyptians are fighting. We know that they're fulfilling Matthew 24, chapter 24, verses 6 and 7, where we see that the Lord warned about this civil war or kingdom against kingdom. Now, earlier today I said I do not know. One thing that I don't know at this point would be what is going to happen as far as who this cruel Lord will be. And what I said is there's two roads. When you read my prophecy site, or watch my video that I posted earlier today, I said there's two roads, only two ways that I could see that can go. Now, if somebody else can see a third way, be more than happy, email me, and I'll look it over and we'll hash things out as the Lord reveals to us. But the way I see it is that if Marcy stayed in office, he would use force to take back the Tahrir Square where all the protesters are, enforce his rule, the Muslim Brotherhood strict Sharia law rule. And the other road would be that if he was ousted and the military took over, then we should be looking for another dictator who would come in and by force be a cruel lord or the fierce king over the Egyptians. So at this point, what it looks like, the breaking news, let me show you now. It is 2:44 California time, Pacific Standard Time. Egypt Army topples president, announces transition. So there's a video. I'm going to play that for you.
التي استدعت دورها الوطني وليس دورها السياسي. إن القوات المسلحة
They suspend the Constitution. This is what it looks like right now in Tahrir Square in Egypt. So once again, rioting like we saw last year, bringing in another leader. So let me just stop that for a second and go. It says, after a day of drama in which tanks and troops deployed near the presidential palace as the military deadline for Marcy to yield to mass protests passed, the top army commander announced on television that the president had failed to meet the demands of the Egyptian people. Flanked by political and religious leaders and top generals, General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announced the suspension of the Islamic changed constitution and a roadmap for a return to a democratic rule under a revived rule book. Now, the president of the Supreme Constitutional Court will act as interim head of state, assisted by the interim council and technocratic government until the new presidential and the primary elections are held. Those in the meetings have agreed on a roadmap for the future that includes initial steps to achieve the building of a strong Egyptian society that is cohesive and does not exclude anyone and ends the state of tension and division. Now, this statement right here is almost the exact same kind of statement that we saw when Marcy was elected and what they were trying to bring in. So this is the second time we're starting to see this. And this is under the military ruler at this point, this commander. So at this point, all we have to do now is sit back and watch. Will Marcy arise from the ashes, or will this new commander that we see here end up being a dictator? Only God knows, but we do know that Isaiah, let me go back. We do know what Isaiah 19 tells us, and we see, without a doubt, Egyptians fighting against Egyptians. They're at the point now where they're going to get another leader. Let's find out and watch the news, what happens. Because we do know that the second part of this prophecy has to be fulfilled, where the cruel Lord and the fierce king will come. So events in Egypt are going to be major to prophecy. God bless. This is Frank Demore from the EndTimesResearchMinistry.com. Just let everybody know also, my site, the End Times Research Ministry, is working again. Thank you.